events of the last days, it is my pleasure to welcome in our studio tonight as guest the Ambassador Munibur Rehman, Permanent Representative of the United States to the United Nations. First of all, let me thank you for taking the time to clarify to the world what happened here in Maastricht. There are rumors of an American involvement in the plane crash. Can you comment on these outrageous accusations? Do you further think this might be a terrorist conspiracy aimed at permanently staining the image of your president, who is himself a Nobel Peace Prize laureate?
First of all, I would like to thank you for having me here in the studio, and on behalf of the United States of America, I offer my deep condolences on the sad demise of Russian Federation's president and my former colleague, Mr. Maldiv. And second of all, on your question about the US involvement, I would strongly inform the international media, as well as I have informed my colleagues in the United Nations Security Council, that US in no way is involved in any activities related to terrorist attack or any attack on the Chinese soil. We have mentioned that on numerous occasions on our press releases from the White House that we are not involved in any covert operations throughout the world. We have been fighting for world peace throughout ages, and we have had certain successes, but they do not come at the cost of jeopardizing sovereignty of any nation. Second of all, we have been at Master here have been working towards negotiations of investigation into the matter, and we would hopefully have come into a consensus on how we are going to handle this situation and ensure that such actions do not happen in future. We are working towards negotiating better terms on which we would be investigating this case, and currently we have not been able to come into a consensus, but hopefully during the course of the next few days we will be able to come to a consensus on this issue, and hopefully according to the facts and figures established, we would communicate to the world what the situation is. But currently, what I can say is that United States in no way is involved in any terrorist attack or jeopardizing any operations in China. Second of all, as far as our president is concerned, we seriously treat that as a serious accusation on the sovereignty of United States of America, who has always been a propagator of global peace and security. Any attempt on the sovereignty and the motto of United States and our president of world peace would not be taken. The US in no way would accept any accusations such as these on the sovereignty of the country. We have offered our full support to the investigating agencies in China as well as Russia, and we have informed them of our full support and collaboration in all matters of investigation, and we are actively pursuing all matters on urgent basis so that the people of the world can know the reasons why this happened. Continuing further, our President Barack Obama has always been in favor of world peace and has been an ambassador and a Nobel Prize laureate just because of this very fact that we have been strongly and actively pursuing world peace. So any accusations should not be and would not be treated lightly. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador.
According to the South Korean newspaper EuroMUN Daily, North Korean troop movement and increased military activities were spotted in both the north and the south of the country. North Korea is holding the fourth largest army in the world and disposes over an unknown number of nuclear weaponry. Formerly, around 70% of the troops were at positions in the south. However, according to the US satellites, there was a slight movement of troops to the north. Pentagon spokesperson Geoff Morrell said that, according to their estimations, 10 additional % of the North Korean troops are now positioned in the north, building now a share of 40% of the troops. The troops spread across the mountains in the northeast of the country, close to the Chinese border, he said. Also, the troops in the south display increased activity and movement. It is difficult to determine both the intentions and the seriousness of these military activities. At this point of time, there is neither information on the goals nor on the strategy pursued by the North Korean government. A spokesman of the South Korean Defense Ministry said that the South Korean government is alert and wary of the situation. The movements are unprecedented but have to be treated seriously and with circumspection. He stressed that after the military aggression of North Korea on islands in the Yellow Sea in November 2010, military movements must be treated with utmost cautiousness. Further, the spokesman said that a clear linkage between the plane crash in the Chinese province Jilin, in which Russian President Medvedev died, and the recent events remain highly unlikely. Thus, the objective of the North Korean action remains largely unclear.